Okay, I'm getting ready to list a property in Berwick, and it's a historic property. And so it's kind of near the town center. And if you watch my videos about town planning and zoning and whatnot, near the town center is where we want density. So we tend to have smaller lot sizes. But in the 1700s, the town center wasn't necessarily the town center, and they had large lots. This particular property has a pretty considerable size lot. And so it's a historic property, and the owners are considering what they can do to protect the property from being developed in the future, and if that's something that they want to do. So I wanted to talk about that. Like, how can you protect property? We hear a lot of people say, we don't want to see all this farmland in our town turned into subdivisions, which is totally understandable because we're all watching it right now in Berwick in particular. There are things you can do, but you have to own the land in order to do it. So step one, buy the land. So you can put deed restrictions onto your deed to protect what happens to that property for the entirety of the property existing on the earth. Some things to consider though: enforceability varies over time. So this is really important. Deed restrictions can expire. Courts can rule them unenforceable if they're too vague, or if they conflict with public policy. And so just because you write it down doesn't mean it's going to stick forever. And so this is something that you really want to employ an attorney to write for you. Title companies can do it. You can hire a title attorney to do it also. Restrictions can affect market value. This is something that people have to consider. If you have a house that's worth $500,000 and it's on a lot that can be divided into 3 other house lots, the house is worth more than $500,000. If it cannot be divided and it's just that lot on a large parcel of land, then it's worth the $500,000. And sometimes we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's a serious consideration. And that's why you're seeing farmland being turned into developments, because people are taking advantage of the value of land right now. So deed restrictions run with the land, not the owner. Once in place, the restrictions typically bind all future owners. Even if the original intent no longer applies, it really is a legacy level thing to put a restriction on your deed for development or otherwise. I mean, there's a lot of things you could put on your deed, but those are some things to keep in mind. If you've got questions about deed restrictions or developing property, please feel free to reach out. All of my information is right below here or right above here. I promise. Have a good day.